Let's get into our picks right now. NFL picks week 12. Boomy, do you have the numbers for us right now?
Yep. Give me just a second. We all sucked last weekend.
Bad. Bad.
Bad. I went 2-4. Zach went 2-4. Matt went 1-5. Um, I was at 35, 28-2. Zach's at 29, 34-2, and Matt is at 31, 33-2. So this might be the time to start fading the TCF crew because we haven't had a winning week in.
But you know what we did? What we're gonna do?
Wait.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna give you more picks.
Yeah. None of the three of us have had a winning week since week 9.
Hey, we're
Is that
due.
good or bad?
We're due.
It's not good.
We're due. But boys, you want to get right into the picks? We got
Yeah, so
Thursday.
just remember, though, we're going to take all the Thursday games.
all the
And then
Thursday
we're going to
games.
go into it now, assuming that Baltimore and Pittsburgh are going to play.
And like I said, we also, like we always do, we take the lines that are right now because we are recording this on a Tuesday, so the lines will for sure change for most of these games. But let's get into it. I am going to take the Texans minus 2.5 versus the Lions. This Lions team is bad. I think Matthew Stafford had like 5 turnovers or something last week. And I think the Texans, yes, they're not the greatest team, but I think that Deshaun Watson can beat this Lions team that is just bad right now.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna fade. Actually, I'm gonna go with the Lions. I'm gonna go with the home dog. I think it's a tale of two really, really bad teams that have really bad organizations that are running them that have seemed to be perpetually bad, and it's gonna be one of those things. You never know which team's gonna have somebody that shows up. I tend to think like in the NFL, it seems like whatever happens is the opposite of what you think was going to happen. Mm-hmm. So, you look at last week, the Lions looked horrible. Texans won, beat New England. Of course, the Lions will win by 50 this week. That's like how it works in the NFL. It seems like so. Between that's why I'm just going to stick with the Lions. Not that I have any other reason to back them.
I'm going with the Texans strictly on the fact that the Lions without. Did I say Lions or Texans?
You just said
you
Texans,
said the Texans,
but then you just said Lions.
The Lions without
you guys have 3 points too, right? You guys have it at 3.
I got it. Zach had it at 2.5.
Whatever.
Okay. I got DraftKings has 3 right now, but either way.
Well, I'll put you down for +3. I'll put us down for -2.5.
Yeah.
So, pull that. But the reason is because I think the Lions, when Kenny Galladay out there, are a completely different team. It feels like the games that he's played in, they have been in. They've won some of those games. And when he's out like last week, it is just ungodly bad because they really don't have a whole lot of other options. I mean, they've got a couple guys at running back that are showing spots, but they have no one that can catch the ball outside of Kenny Galladay. Mm-hmm. And when he's not in there, it is ugly. It is really ugly. And I refuse to believe in the Lions. So I'm going to go with the Texans. -2.5.
I love that. I'm going to go the next game. Cowboys -3 against the football team, the Washington football team. I just think Andy Dalton. Yeah, say what you want. I think he can beat this football team, this Washington football team. I just think that I don't know. Like I said, another game, 2 bad teams, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Maddie?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys, too. I think Washington's an interesting team defensively. I think they've got they've got a little bit of an interesting defense.
Their offense is just not good. They can't find it at quarterback.
So
Alex Smith, it's awesome that he's back, but it's just not good.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. Dallas, I think, with Dalton, they've got weapons in the passing game. They've got good receivers. Mm-hmm. Ezekiel Elliott's a stud. It's a team that should be able to string some wins here and there. I'm not saying they should be as good as they were with Dak, but Dalton's a capable quarterback at some point, you would think. So I'm going to roll with you, Zach, on that one. I'm going to take Dallas -3.
Love it.
I'm going to go Washington just because everything tells me that I should be betting Dallas.
And then
But I
me and
think
Maddie
last
take it,
week
and you have to go the other way.
no, I had that one written down
I
at
got
noon
you.
this morning. But
You might
I
not
think
be
Dallas
wrong
is going,
fading me and Matt.
right. Well, shoot, I mean, fading any of us is really the way to go here. But Washington, I think that they're going to, I don't know, man. It feels like they got a little bit of something going. Maybe Alex Smith keeps it rolling. And I just think last week was a flash in the pan for the Cowboys. I think they just caught Minnesota. I think they just caught them at the right time. And there's so much bad football I've seen out of the Dallas Cowboys that I just don't believe that they can do it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, the first two games not going to be very good games, but like you said, it's Thanksgiving. Eat some food, watch some games. Last game of the day. Hopefully, we can have this game. Like you said, we got some stuff going on with the Ravens facility with COVID, but I have the Steelers -4.5 versus the Ravens. That'll be the night game. I think that's going to be an awesome game if it is played. But I am going to go with the Steelers. I think that they are still on a roll. I just don't think this Ravens team is very good. So I'm going to go with the Steelers. Maddie?
I'm going with my approach in the first game, Boomy's approach in the second. The team that should win, the team that's the better team, the team that's been the better team all season, I'm going against them. I'm going to take the Ravens on the road. It's kind of a desperation situation for them. Plus, you're getting almost 5 points on DraftKings right now, 5.5 at Westgate too. So a little bit of almost a touchdown for them. You could see that line trickling back up a little bit too. So, it's two teams that know each other inside and out. They're going to play close games. So I'd probably hover. I would stay away from the money line if you're going to back Baltimore. But in this particular game, I'll just stick with the Ravens.
I will. So I'm going to go with you, Matt. I like the Ravens, assuming they're all like everybody plays. Like if they're down big name guys, obviously stay away from it. But I see it at -5, so I'll give it to Zach at Pittsburgh -4.5, and I'll put me and Matt at +5.
I think we're all alone on one game. I think each of us are alone on one game of each of the three.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know. Kind of like I said earlier, like the team that should win, just it hasn't worked out, and I think this quick turnaround is going to do. Not Dallas. Pittsburgh has done a horrible job at playing down to their competition all year, and I feel like with the quick turnaround. And kind of Baltimore's at the point where like they need to start winning games, or they're not going to be, or they're going to be, a 6-7 seed. And I think they're going to be able to turn it on. And I would maybe consider, if everybody's healthy, sprinkling a little bit on Baltimore money line just because that it's nice and juicy. But
I got the Steelers in that one. You guys got the Ravens. Like Maddie said, we don't have a consensus on any of these games for the three of us, which is just probably a good thing.
Probably, yeah. So pick your fade wisely.
Yeah, pick your fade wisely. Yeah. But let's move into the Sunday noon games. I'll go with my first one. I don't think anyone's going to want to take this one. I got Giants -5.5 at Bengals. Bengals without Joe Burrow. I think that the Giants can at least cover the spread in Cincinnati, but I'm going with the Giants -5.5.
It doesn't matter where that game's at. I mean, gun to your head, who's Cincinnati's backup?
No idea.
Ryan Finley.
Sorry, I didn't know you were a card-holding member of the Ryan Finley fan club, man.
No, I've been sobbing my tears in a lot of Joe Burrow articles.
Oh, that makes sense, son.
I got you.
That's a good pick, though, Zach. I almost went with that one,
Boomy,
but I just don't.
What are you going to go with then?
I'm going to go with the Vegas Raiders, and I'm probably falling into a trap because they played so well. It's exactly what happened when they beat Kansas City earlier in the season. I picked them the next week, and I'm pretty sure they lost. But it's because they are going on the road to Atlanta. As long as they don't play down to their competition, they're a better football team than Atlanta.
Atlanta stinks.
Yeah, but Atlanta's played in some games recently since obviously they fired their head coach. But I like Vegas, and I've talked about it a couple times. I think they're a good team. I just hope that they don't play down to their competition.
I think I like that pick, actually. So I might go with that one, too. Maddie?
I'm going to go with my first one. I'm going to go with Buffalo, laying 5.5. I think I think they're going to absolutely maul the Chargers. I think they're going to be able to move the ball up and down the field at will against that defense. And I think Herbert has shown a lot of potential. He's also shown some rookie decision making at a lot of times too. So I think he's capable of a couple of turnovers against kind of a feisty defense at times in Buffalo. I won't say they're nearly as good as they've been in past years, but that offense is really, really good. Josh Allen, I think, is the real deal at this point. So I think an easy touchdown cover for them.
I like all those picks right now. I'm going to go with my next pick. It's going to be the Cardinals -2.5 in New England. I think the Patriots are just not good right now. I think the Cardinals, they got something going at least. I don't think I don't know. I think that's kind of a low number for the Cardinals right now with the way the Patriots are playing. Boomy, what is your last noon pick?
I'll do you one better. I got that Arizona game at -2. You know what? I'm going with the Dolphins -7. I was going to go with the Cardinals. They were the other one I had written down. But I just think this is going to be a bounce back game. Like you said, man, and New York is just, I mean, they are unbearably bad. So I think this is a good chance. Like we've talked about, I think Miami's got a shot to make it into the playoffs. And you need to have a convincing win here if you want people to get back on your train after that horrible loss in Denver.
Yeah, and then benching Tua, that was quite weird.
I also had Arizona -2 written down, so I like that pick too.
Love it. Maddie?
I'm going to go with the Titans, 3.5-point road.
I actually had that written down too.
Going to Indy. I think Derrick Henry is going to give that team fits. I think it's a good defense in Indy. I think they get a little bit of extra credit for beating up on some weak offenses, in my opinion. I think Henry later on in the season just becomes such a problem for teams, especially division teams who he knows. He knows how to attack. He's going to be ridden really, really hard at this point. And between him and A.J. Brown, who are just so physically dominant against their opponents, the season wears on. That's not easy to deal with. And I think those guys, it's going to start looking a lot like last year with that team, where they're going to start building up steam, and they're going to get a lot better as the year goes on. I don't think he is let alone a favorite by over a field goal. I'd put that game almost at a pick 'em personally, but
it was at a pick 'em when they played like 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so you're getting a 3-point home cushion, which I don't think it's proven right now. Home field is not mattering like it used to in the NFL with the lack of a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So give me the Titans +3.5.
Love it. I loved all those picks. I don't know if that's good or bad. But for the 3 o'clock slate, we got only 3 games. So I'm going to go with the Rams -7 versus the 49ers. I think that the Rams, after that big win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think they're going to roll, and I just don't think that the 49ers are very good.
I don't hate that pick at all. I'm going Saints -5.5. I'm convinced. I'm on the Taysom Hill train. Let's go, man. I think that Denver cannot duplicate what they did last week either. They had a good game. They can't even say they had a good game. They scored 20 points. Their defense played well, and Miami's offense played absolutely horrible. And I think that New Orleans is kind of seeing that they maybe didn't think they were going to have a chance to win that division at some points, and now they're seeing that the Buccaneers aren't as good, and they're going to roll into Denver and take care of business -5.5.
I love it. Maddie?
If Tampa Bay cannot stop the Rams offense, from
what are they going to do against Kansas City?
What is Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes going to do?
That's a good call.
And I'm going to absolutely pound the living hell out of KC. They had a little bit of a scare last week coming off the bye against the Raiders. Good Oakland team, tough Oakland team, especially in prime time. They're still Oakland to me.
I love that you said it.
It's still San Diego.
I was going to say, I call them the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, whatever. Sue me. The Chiefs, though, are absolutely going to murder New England and Tom Brady here this week. So,
I
kidding.
like
It's a joke.
That's a good pick, Maddie.
You missed that. You missed that I said New England and Tom Brady instead of Tampa and Tom Brady. Come on.
Sunday
Yeah, you
night,
did
the
say
Sunday night
that's the
game.
goal.
We don't even really need to say I'm taking the Bears. Maddie's taking the Bears. Boomy's taking the Packers. Plus 8.5 is what I have it at right
That's
now.
a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
Aaron Rodgers.
Not when Mitchie Dimes is out there.
Oh yeah, baby.
You need to be more worried about Tyler Bray having to
Yeah,
start.
you see my shirt, my 26 shirt. I got Trubisky
Matt,
right
I
here.
just saw your
Trubisky's
foot fall
back.
into your stomach on video.
We're going to.
I've seen so many Tyler Bray type quarterbacks in my life in this 30-year run as a Bear fan.
Like Maddie said, Mitchie Dimes, baby. And then the Monday night game, I have the Seahawks -5 in Philadelphia. I just think this Eagles team is bad.
Fuck that team. They're dead to me. I'm with you, Zach. I would take Seattle laying 10. I would take Seattle laying 12.
Carson
the
Wentz
Eagles
is
suck.
bad.
I hate that team. And now that means the Eagles are probably going to win.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry if whoever's riding me on this game, that's your fault anyway.
Yeah.
But give me Seattle regardless.
Boomy?
Give me just, I need to type up some real quick notes here. I was going to go Seattle. You guys, I don't know, man. In no world should Seattle even play in a close game with Philadelphia right now. Philadelphia is unbearable. I mean, they just lost.
Then what did we just say that would skew your pick?
But nothing makes sense in the NFL right now.
What makes sense is that the Eagles stink.
Carson Wentz sucks, dude. That guy sucks.
I did. There's nothing about this that makes sense. Screw it. Give me the Eagles. I'm just gonna.
Why can't
in all the
we
wackiness,
can't just
give
have,
me the
we
Eagles.
couldn't have one consensus pick tonight. Unbelievable.
Boomy's got to ruin it.
Got to ruin it.
Actually, you know what? I'll go with what I originally had down Seattle. I'll stick with it. We'll ride together on that one.
Oh, now he just mushed us by flipping.
Yeah, now we're screwed.
Yeah, now everybody go bet Philadelphia +5. Everybody that listens to this, spend all the money.
That's a 5-star lock from every tout out there. It's going to be Philly now.
That was our.
I went with a lot of games where I said this doesn't make sense, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to stick with this one. I had
That was my
Seattle.
approach this week.
Yeah, but I've kind of thought that on, we have 8 picks this week. I feel like 5 of them, I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. So I'm going to take this. I'm not doing it in this one. Seattle is a better football team. Philadelphia is dead.
And it's a big week for the standings, boys. Somebody can make up some ground. We could see what happens here. It'd be kind of fun. I think
like we got to sprinkle it in. Like maybe week 17, we just got to bet the board.
Yeah, we'll see where we're at. We'll see where we're at with it. But I think, like I said, it was fun to do all the Thursday games. But that was our NFL picks.
Playoffs.
Week
maybe do
12.
all playoff games.
Yeah, we'll do playoff games too. We'll have a bunch of fun with it.